Hey, my name is Evan Hill from All Seasons Exteriors here at 3040 North Glencoe Street in Denver. Doing a roof inspection. Had a look at every aspect of the roof. First thing I'll point out is, underneath this spruce tree right here, you got a lot of tree sap. And what I'm talking about, you can see quite clearly from some of these limbs that have been cut back before, that kind of stuff right there. Coming off the tree on the roof right now, doesn't appear to it's done any damage whatsoever, but I'm gonna keep an eye on it. Most of it will just, wash off with some heavy rains, or, when winter time comes and you get some snow. But again, keep an eye on it, because sometimes tree sap, if left up here, can start causing the shingles to deteriorate. After that, kind of had a look at all the other aspects of the roof, and what I'm looking for is there any places where it's damaged or issues that potentially would cause leaks. Saw some of the other chalk marks from, looks like another roofing company that was out here. Seems like they had identified this as hail damage, which it is actually not. So just normal wear and tear. The reason I'll show you is, you can see all the things that they've circled have been kind of on the edges of the shingles like that. Here's another example right here and right here. These are very, very small spots, which to the untrained eye could potentially look like hail, but there's no hail damage or whatsoever any marks or bruises to the parts of the shingle that is actually the most vulnerable, which is the middle kind of top places like this. So any type of hail damage that's going to dislodge granules and make a bruise that an insurance company would typically pay for would look something similar to actually this right here. This is the only one on the entire roof that I've identified potentially could be hail. But the reason why I know it's not is because it doesn't happen on the side of the shingle. That's just normal wear and tear, and I can find these little marks on the sides of the shingles pretty much everywhere on the roof. So you can see right here, here's some more of it. Again, this is pretty standard wear and tear, what happens over time. A lot of sun exposure, and you'll see on the back side where there's no shade, there's a lot more of these because it obviously gets a lot more sun. So anywhere I look, I can find examples on the edges of the shingles where what we would call just burnt edges. You can see little bits of wear and tear. The other reason why I know it's not hail is because on the ridge cap shingles right here, you can see there's no marks whatsoever. Those are the most susceptible to even lighter hailstones, and we'd see damage on kind of the part that's bent right here all along the ridge if there had been a major hailstorm. There's a few places where it's pretty standard to see some silicone covering up some of the exposed nails. Now, there are a few spots on your roof where I've identified that should be silicone. On these nails like this right here, you can see it's rusted. The problem with that is that provides a direct channel for water to get in, and that nail goes about that deep into the attic. So those are places where quick little repair, a little bit of silicone can completely take care of that problem. These other areas that are marked up here, kind of black parts on the flat portion of the roof, that's what we call mechanical damage, probably likely as a result of maybe the HVAC, swamp cooler being repaired here, and maybe just some tools and a lot of traffic up here. Other than that, really nothing wrong with the flat portion of the roof. You can see some of these black spots. That's just kind of what we would call roof goop that is just been spilled on the top of this stuff right here. It's got a little bit of wear and tear, you can see on the seams, but really no danger for leaks whatsoever. Last thing I'm going to show you is a couple more places where I think just some silicone would be needed. These screws over here on the back side of the roof, not sure what they were meant to do or what they were intended to do in the past, but those should be removed, and then those holes where you can see these other ones here should be covered up again with silicone. So there's about, I would say, 12 to 15 of those little holes like that. Again, these little spots that have been circled, not hail, just kind of the edges of the shingle. Typically that's what we see from people that canvas and knock on doors, is they're looking to kind of try to gamble and see if an insurance company will pay something. But yeah, that's my professional opinion. Just do a small repair. Definitely don't need a roof replacement.